Fox News Alert, you've no doubt seen the latest media hot take on Trump featured prominently in the pages of the New York Times. It was very hard to miss. It began with this headline that is no doubt laughable for even the most casual observer of President Trump's onerous schedule. The article features a bizarre analysis of the commander-in-chief's eyelids, describing an early November Oval Office event. The reporter writes this: Mr. Trump's eyelids drooped until his eyes were almost closed. I think that's called blinking. Maybe we should call it Blinkgate. The press dutifully echoed the Gray Lady's narrative.
President Trump's cabinet meeting, and what appeared to be Trump having a little difficulty staying awake, seemingly dozing off during some presentations.
He appeared, it was on video, he appeared to struggle to stay awake.
If you call somebody Sleepy Joe and you either fall asleep or struggle not to fall asleep during your own cabinet meeting, you're going to get called out on it.
They just are allowing him to sleep in public.
Dr. Drew Pinsky. I mean, Dr. Drew, it was all cheap fakes and videos with Biden, and now Trump, I guess they're actually concerned about health now. They're concerned about him. Your thoughts?
Well, Kaylee, I got to say, for one thing, they didn't consult with a single physician. They could have consulted with a medical student and had them tell you the difference between somebody with Parkinsonian features and advanced prostate cancer and a man who is behaving his age. Actually, I can only hope that you and I have the vitality that he has at his age. I wish I could get by at 4 hours of sleep. Even now, 13 years younger than he, I would definitely fall asleep during a 3-hour cabinet meeting if I'd only had 4 hours of sleep and been traveling internationally all over the world. It's insane what they're maintaining. It reminds me so much of COVID, where these idiots became medical professionals and experts the moment they learned how to pronounce the name of a drug. This is a true miscarriage of their professional responsibility. They're making a meal also of his normal characteristic of aging. I could roll down my sleeve right now and show you something called solar purpura, the purple hand that they made a meal out of. That is normal part of aging. If I'm packing and I so much reach into the suitcase, I get the solar purpura on my hand and on my forearm. The other thing was the dependent edema. He's not a thin man, and so people with a certain amount of weight up here create gravity forces on their lower extremities that extrude fluids into the tissue of the lower part of the leg. That's normal. It's treated with, guess what? Stockings. That's how, and walking. That's how important these medical problems are, as opposed to someone with stage 4 prostate cancer, whom, by the way, they would have picked that up if they'd done a damn MRI on Joe Biden. So what are they talking about?
Welcome to my channel, guys. When I watched this whole discussion about the New York Times getting mocked for their claim about Trump's dropping eyelids, honestly, my first reaction was, are we really doing this again? The media has covered Trump for so many years, but now we are doing to analyzing eyelids? It feels like every election cycle was get a brand new attempt to paint Trump as weak or healthy, and this one might be the most unbelievable yet. The video starts by showing how the New York Times pointed out Trump's eyelids dropping during an event, trying to imply that he was tired or maybe not fully present. And right away the host and honestly viewers like me just had to laugh, because if anybody has watched Trump over the years, you know the man has energy that doesn't match his age at all. Calling him tired because of dropping eyelids is wild. Dr. Drew Pinsky comes in and completely dismantles the claim. He says that these kinds of medical assumptions made by journalists without a medical background are not just silly, they are irresponsible. He straight up calls the whole thing laughable, or I agree. If you want to question a person's health, at least talk to actual doctors. But the NYT didn't. They just threw out a theory, and of course some people online ran with it. The funniest part is how this whole narrative completely ignores Trump's schedule. Dr. Drew mentions that Trump works 12-hour days, sometimes more, travels non-stop, and doesn't sleep much. For someone approaching 80, that's not just impressive, that's rare. Most people half his age can't keep up with that kind of pace. And yet, somehow, we are supposed to believe that this extremely active guy is secretly falling apart because of one screenshot. Seriously? And you know what makes this even more part of the bigger conversation? The media threats Biden completely different. When Biden looks confused, freezes up, loses his words, or shuffles awkwardly, we are told, no, no, that's a misleading video, or it's taken out of context. The same people who write whole articles about Trump's eyelid suddenly became fact checkers whenever Biden clearly struggles. Now look, I am not here to diagnose anybody, but Dr. Drew points out something important. He talks about normal signs of aging, like solar purpura, those little purple marks old people get easily. He also explains dependent edema, the swelling in the lower areas of the body when water collects. These are normal things that happen with age, especially for someone who stands a lot. The media tried to use these to struggle to suggest Trump is unhealthy, and Dr. Drew just shuts that down. He says these are literally the most common signs of aging and didn't mean anything dangerous. And then he brings up something that a lot of people are scared to talk about. He mentions that some of Biden's movement, like his rigidity, stiffness, small steps, posture, look similar to what doctors describe as Parkinsonism. Again, he is not diagnosing Biden, but he is pointing out how the media ignores real visible concerns while obsessing over something as ridiculous as Trump's eyelids. And honestly, that's double standard is huge. Anyone watching Biden walk or speak in certain moments knows exactly what Dr. Drew is talking about. Another interesting point from the video is about executive physicals. A lot of regular people don't know this, but for high ranking officials an MRI is standard. It's normal, it's not a sign that they are hiding anything or something is wrong. These tests help catch issues early, especially things like prostate cancer. Dr. Drew even criticized how Biden's stage 4 prostate cancer went undiagnosed for so long. That's not a small thing, that's a serious medical failure. And yet, instead of discussing that, the media is more focused on whether Trump blinked too slowly during a speech. It tells you everything about the priorities of certain outlets. The video's ending comparison honestly made me laugh. Instead of discussing health reports or medical charts, they compare Trump and Biden through their golf games. And you know what? That actually says a lot. Trump at 78 is still driving the ball with power. Fox News even highlighted his driving distance. And if you are ever played golf, you know that strength, balance, and coordination matter a lot. It's a physical sport no matter what critics say. Watching Trump move around the course confidently shows that the man is still physical capable. Compare that with Biden, who sometimes struggles walking from the helicopter to the podium. It's not political, it's just what we can all literally see with our own eyes. If anything, the golf comparison is actually one of the most honest ways to look at both candidates' physical condition. One guy is out there hitting long drives at nearly 80, and the other guy is being guided down two steps like he's on an icy staircase. When you add anything up, the long work days, the constant travel, the high energy speeches, the golf game, it makes the NYT's claim look even more exaggerated. It's almost like they were looking for something, anything to criticize. But this time the attempt fell flat. People are not buying it. Even doctors are not buying it. And Dr. Drew made that very clear. To me, this whole story shows one big thing. The media is still trying to create a narrative about Trump that does not match reality. And people can see the difference. You don't have to like Trump to admit that he has a surprising amount of stamina. And you don't have to dislike Biden to admit that he struggles physically. These things are obvious. And when the media pretends not to see it, it just makes them lose credibility with regular people. At the end of the day, viewers want honesty, not selective storytelling. If the press wants to tell about health, talk about anyone's health with the same standard, don't turn eyelids into breaking news. Thanks for watching my video. I will see you in the next video.